Hello, beautiful souls. I'm super tired, but I had a lot of energy work done today, doing my quantum healing class. But that doesn't mean there's not still messages coming in. It's interesting. So in my Dreamtime last night, I was shown that I'm not always the warmest, most friendly human. And it was interesting because what was playing out was nobody was real that is in my day-to-day life. I was in a classroom volunteering, which is something I normally do. And I was talking to the teacher, helping out with something. And what was interesting is that something happened where I was embarrassed. It was something my daughter didn't have with her in her class. And I was like, oh. It's that feeling of, oh my God, I fucked up, right? And at being in third grade, right? There's nobody really except for me. And then be like, wow, perhaps I'm juggling a few too many things. Perhaps I need to reprioritize or whatnot. But what was interesting, and the reason why I think I'm being called to share, is so immediately following that interaction with the teacher. So typically in the classroom when we're volunteering, right? You sign in and then there's a list of things to do. So I had gone over to sign in. And the teacher said, okay, well, here's the list. And so the teacher went and took it over to 3 other moms that were sitting in the middle of the class, which, like I said, this was a dream. So they were sitting in seats like you would see in a high school, in the middle of the class, and they were over across the room. And so I finished signing in, and I walked over, and I was like, okay, yeah, what do we got? Can I see the list? And they said no. And I was like, what do you mean no? Well, we're going to start with the first. And so this gal had decided that we were going to do it a particular way. And I was like, okay, well, I was like, no, what is happening? Can I go ahead? Show me the list. Let's look at it. Let's figure out what we have to do. When do we have to do this? It makes me understand how I am very organized that way. And man, so I put my hand out to just look at the list, to take the list from her to look. And she said no again. And this other gal had the other backside had another page of the list, and she tucked it underneath all of her paperwork. And I'm like, what is going on? And I remember as I'm standing there looking at them, I had this flash of rage. And what it was, I am not being included. I am not only am I not being included, I'm being excluded. And they were being bitches. And all I was doing is I was just being there, trying to get my stuff done that I'm supposed to do as a volunteer in the classroom and skedaddle on out of there. It was very interesting. And then I woke up immediately. And then I made a video about divine feminine. And so what's been happening today is that cattiness, I guess. I haven't used that word ever. But anyway, that cattiness that those gals were doing, and that, that kind of bully mentality where they're, they're not going to share with me, and they're, no, we're not doing it that way. You're just going to have to go with the, do what we want to do because I'm holding the paper. That attitude has been turned around on the divine masculine for it's more than decades. I heard century. That these divine masculines and the divine masculine aspects of us inside of us have been beat down and bullied by women. And I know the story. I know the story that women have been persecuted, put down. I get it. Well, guess what? Maybe we are all done with all of it. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like holding on to any pain, whoa, all the wounding that we're holding on to, all the trauma that is related to men, ladies, or men, that is not helping. That's the reason that forgiveness has been coming in so much over the last several years. And a lot of people that are really that really identify with their trauma don't like to talk about forgiveness. They say, well, I'll forgive when I'm ready. No. By holding on to the trauma, you are attaching yourself to it. But what's been coming in for me even bigger than that is that knowingly or unknowingly, all of your interactions with men are colored by your trauma, by your anger, by your pain. That's why we have to let it go. Because these guys that we're dealing with on a, whatever, whether they come into our life as friends, whether they message us and, like us or whatever, and we're bitches, like those catty gals in my dream. Why? What are we perpetuating by being bitches, by being bullies? Yes. Has the system, as it has been, I'm one. I changed my name when I got divorced. And it had to do with the patriarchy, and I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I understand. But we change it by changing ourselves and not by reacting to the patriarchy. Not by punishing men that weren't a part of any of that. And besides, it's all programming, it's all conditioning. There's so many people that are not awake right now that are walking around unconsciously, subconsciously, hurting each other due to conditioning and programming that they went through when they were kids by people who went through programming and conditioning when they were kids. Let's stop it. Let's look at our conditioning. Let's choose again. Look at your programming. Let's prioritize ourselves, our healing. So we can stop vomiting all over everyone around us. Like in my dream, when I got embarrassed. There's something having to do with that, feeling that embarrassment. And then with the gals rejecting me, but it felt worse than that. But that was the rage. And so what's happening is that we end up just projecting all of our shit onto everyone around us when we don't deal with it. When we don't own it. When we don't say, wow, yeah, I messed that one up. And I'm not saying judge yourself. Why? Everybody does that. Everybody messes up sometimes. It's how we learn. We learn by messing up. Right? Do you learn from getting everything right? I mean, we help a lot of people that way, but we don't learn. Try new things. Try new things. Try new things. That's what keeps coming in. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid of assholes telling you you're not good enough. Because guess what? They're just assholes anyway. Right? Oh, my word. Okay. Ramble. But ladies, it's time to encourage these guys. Stop trying to be so much. Stop trying to act like you don't need anybody in your life. I know. I see it for myself. Here's the thing. I don't need anybody. But I want somebody. I want to share this experience with somebody. Deep desire. But by proving that I don't need anybody, I put these big, huge walls up. So walls so high that nobody can even see in, and I can't see out. So I'm working on it. It's okay, we've all been hurt. And like I always say, because, yeah, all my angels, they're like, can't even believe that you think that this hurts you. I mean, they're not in body, right? They don't feel emotions. But I do get a ration of shit about that actually from my angels. And it's not a lack of compassion. It's more of a sense of awe that I have really, truly forgotten who I am. Because they know. And then I get full body chills as soon as I say that. I know. Surprising to them that we forget who we are. And that we're here for all this. We're here for all this emotion. We're here for all these relationships. We're here for learning. We're here for embodying. We're here for experiencing. We're here for experiencing as much joy, as much pleasure, and until recently, it was as much pain as I could put on my docket. So I'm just trying to do me right now. Oh, so many messages. So many things are blooming for me. Which is funny. It's spring now. Anyway, just wanted to share that. Ladies, try to be a encourager for men. It matters. It matters a lot. You'll see. You'll see what a difference. There's a reason that this message is coming in so strongly for me. Guess what? They're not going to get it right either all the time. But neither do we. Grace. Have some grace. Show some grace. Be grace. I love you guys.